Hello, I am Strahd. That is, I am Lord Strahd-Vaganza, a dread vampire lord prone to acts of violence and the master of the bow. And I would like to welcome you to the two-part April Fool's Day one-shot on Reckless Attack, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. The majority of the adventure takes place in Ravenloft, but a slightly different dimension. You see, each plane has multiple dimensions, and as you get further away from your home dimension, the differences become greater. Maybe in the nearer ones you have a sister instead of a brother, but as is the case with my home dimension, our emotions are so strong, our inner turmoil so great, that we must express them through song. Much like what you would consider to be, a musical. But perhaps I've spoken too much. Now, all you're hearing from me is blah, 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 blah. So, without further ado, welcome to Ravenloft, the musical Ex-Strahd-Vaganza. The town criers delivered the request for help. In fact, all of the town criers delivered the same message throughout the city. The wife of Madame Phelan Stranding has gone missing. Madame Stranding has requested the aid of anyone with experience in planar travel, or at least experience with exploration missions and interactions with new people, to aid with the search. This stipulation, of course, has ruled out quite a few of the would-be heroes. But, having answered the call, you now sit with the others that have passed the vetting process in a small waiting room in the manor of Madame Stranding. When she finally enters the room, you see a woman dressed in a regal fashion, if a few years out of style. In her early 50s, her piercing brown eyes seem to take you all in, weigh you, measure you, and come to the conclusion that you're just going to have to do. She wastes no time in getting straight to the point. 2 days ago, my wife Althea went missing. As you may know, she is a well-accomplished wizard, and her specialty is the creation and exploration of pocket dimensions and demiplanes. I was recently able to translate some of her notes. Not because they were encoded or anything, she just has atrocious handwriting. And I fear something has gone wrong. It appears that she was trying to create a pocket dimension for us to vacation in, but instead, according to her assistant, she trails off a bit and bites her lower lip and then continues. According to her assistant, she may have caught the attention of someone or something in the domain of dread. She was taken by the mists of Ravenloft, and I need the lot of you to go and get her. The assistant and I can recreate the ritual Althea used. Her notes are quite clear about what is needed. While I'm hopeful that you will find her and bring her back alive, I am also a pragmatist. I understand that she may already be dead. If that's the case, bring her body back home to me so that we can attempt to resurrect her. I have made hefty contributions to the churches over the years, and I have been told that as long as her soul is willing to return, they can make the attempt. I am, of course, willing to pay for your services. If you agree to take this on, we can send you off in about 2 hours. Please take the time to gather whatever supplies you need. If you are successful, I will open my family's vault arcanum, and you will be allowed to select one item as payment.
A older, kind of grayish tabaxi springs out of the seat that he had taken. He is wearing a kind of like very bright red, almost like tuxedo outfit, and is holding a top hat in his 2 clawed hands. he keeps eye contact with this woman as he does a very deep and theatrical bow. And as he stands back up, he says, "Madam, thank you for enlisting the services of Sporgum and Barleys Circus of the Traveling Pants for this adventure. Now, I know we are not your typical group of adventurers, but I can assure you we have both the mettle and the people skills to rescue the either personhood or bodyhood of your dear wife."
And she, at the mention of bodyhood, she kind of sniffs a little bit and takes out a small tissue and dabs her eyes. Thank you.
Next to him is a very large, very muscular man wearing blue overalls and donning a hard hat on his head. In his arm, he carries a long 2x4 and shouts towards this woman, Miss Phelan Stranding. "No payment is needed, for the Circus of the Traveling Pants is here to help." And stares at Sporgum, right? Right, that's the thing we do? Adventuring for good? No?
No.
Oh.
No. Well, I mean,
payment is needed.
yes, it's appreciated. Tips, especially appreciated. Thank you very much.
So this slight-looking elf stands up at the same time as...
A slight-looking elf.
Wow.
And they appear to be basically about the same height, but the major differences between the two is that one has this sort of ruddy red-brown kind of skin.
And one is actually fairly pale.
Like Sporgum said, we're very sorry for your loss, Miss Stranding.
Absolutely devastated.
Thank you. Thank you.
But it sounds like you love or loved her very much.
We hope it's the present tense.
As do I.
But the two of us are the amazing acrobats.
Red leather.
And yellow leather.
And we'll be sure to do everything. Why do I just sound like checkers?
I was like, I don't know if it's a choice.
Yeah, I'm trying to
or-
do something that. And we'll be. What is it?
Yeah.
And we'll be. No, I can't do this.
we'll
Just talk-
be,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we'll be,
Yeah.
we'll be.
And we'll be sure to do everything in our power to get her back.
She nods at that. Thank you. Like I said, we will be ready to send you off in a couple of hours. If there's anything you think you need or anything that you would like to go to the town for, please make the requests. I'll see if we have anything.
I have a question.
Oh, yes?
How do we find her?
Oh, that is an excellent question. I do have something that will help. And she moves to a side room and she comes back in and she...
Sporgum, by the way, as she leaves, hides his hand behind his top hat and gives like a thumbs up over to Bobby. He was like, insightful question. Well done.
She comes back in and she's holding what looks like maybe a 3x5 portrait. And she kind of hands that to you and she says, "This is what my Althea looks like." You see another woman, maybe early 50s, mostly still dark hair, but little strands of gray kind of throughout it. And again, a very, you can't quite tell if it's her natural pose or if it's just her pose for this particular portrait. Very regal and like straight backed and sitting up very straight, kind of like gesturing off to the side, something outside of the area of the portrait.
Sporgum just like stashes it in his like breast pocket
Okay.
of his tuxedo vest.
Yeah, of course. Is there anything that you would like to look for or request from the madam here
Well,
before you leave?
ma'am, as a band of travelers such as ourselves, we rarely turn down a warm meal. If you have any provisions
Oh, of course.
that you might provide, of course, graciously, whatever you can spare, we would appreciate.
Yes, of course. Scoot, can you notify the kitchen that we're going to need a meal prepared? And you hear this voice kind of come back from down the corridor. Hey, I don't work for you. You remember that, right? Scoot, please. Fine. And then you kind of hear little like.
I imagine all 4 of our characters, like you see that down the hall shot where just we all lean forward and look down the hall
out the
all
doorway
simultaneously.
Yeah, there is nothing that you see. It's gone by the time
We all lean.
Yeah.
Well, that Scoot seems like a very nice fellow.
Well, he's going to be integral. That is Althea's familiar, and since he's still here, that gives me hope that she is alive wherever she is.
Does Scoot know where she is?
Unfortunately, no. That was our first check. He's not able to sense her if she's not on this particular plane.
Oh.
Another fair question. Well done. Otherwise, any additional resources from your wife's library about this plane of dread or the domain of I know there's dread involved.
The plane of Ravenloft is known as the domain of dread. She does have quite extensive notes. I honestly don't know why she ended up there unless something took her. You are more than welcome to peruse her books for any of you that are versed at all in the arcane.
And Bobby just puts his finger to his nose and says, "Not for me, thanks."
Sorghum, I think, looks around at everyone and is like, yes, I'm sure between the 4 of us, we can manage.
I was told I needed bonuses to performance, so I dumped Arcana.
I don't have it either.
I have a -1.
It is a relatively minor thing for this particular thing.
A final question, speaking of, were there anything in said notes that may pertain perhaps to, I don't know, getting back? Both for your wife, but also for us, the
Yes.
rescue party.
Well,
Yes, or to rescue.
if you are able to find Althea, she will be able to get you back, I believe. If she's not able to, we can send you with I don't know what else to call it, a tuning fork. It is aligned to this plane, and there is a scroll with a small incantation, and then you stick the fork into the ground, and it should open up a portal that will allow you to get back.
Handy. But, yes, those books, that hot meal,
Yes.
and we shall be on our way.
Yes. Follow me into the dining room, and we will get you absolutely fed, and we will send you with provisions as well. And yes. Follow me.
As they walk down the hall, you just hear, like, trailing off, Sorghum is like, and then do you think is there going to be any room for, like, daily expenditures? Do you foresee that being, like, a per diem situation? And, like, is just trailing off, hammering out the contract details.
So you are led into a pretty nice dining area. There are more than enough seats for everybody at the table, and you see some servants bringing out various platters of some kind of dried meats and fish, bread and cheeses, and everything that you could hope for in a meal. There's also some kind of warm stew. Madame Phelan will sit down with you to eat a little bit, and then after maybe about 10 or 15 minutes, she excuses herself and leaves to prepare for what needs to be done to send you on your way.
Sorghum leans in and drops into what the 3 of you would know is his normal speaking voice and says, all right, how we feeling about this? Is it good? Good. How you feeling?
I don't know about this, Sorghum. This seems kind of risky. I'm just I don't know if we should really be doing this so much. It seems kind of dangerous.
We could die.
Well, yeah, certainly, but
Or others could die.
I mean, hopefully.
Or we could die.
Or that too. Yep. Good. Wow. Full of them today, aren't you? But no, guys, we'll be fine. You guys know all these wizarding types. They always name all their planes really domain of dread. Come on, who called it that? Some like teenage sorcerer or whatever. That's a little silly. We'll be in, we'll be out. You know, it's like all those smash and grab jobs, easy peasy.
At this time, one of the servants actually walks in with a silver platter, and on it are 4 pouches. And he puts them down in the middle of the table and says, "This is the payment for any expenses that might occur on your trip.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And then he kind of gives a slight bow and steps back out.
See, already.
They're being so nice to us. I wish everyone treated us like this.
Well, you know what helps with that? More money. I've learned the more money you have, the weirder you can be and no one cares.
We need a lot of money for that.
I was going to say, we're pretty weird. No one really likes us.
That's my point exactly. I am trying and scraping with my claws to get the circus of the traveling pants a little bit of respectability, and this job could do that. So let's just do it.
And Bobby puts a hand on Sorghum's shoulder. You're doing a good job.
I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you noticing that I'm doing a good job. But I think you guys are too. But let's do this job good as well.
And both red and yellow just at the same time, just big thumbs up. Yeah.
Wow, that was impressive.
That was really good.
Like
Yeah.
no countdown, no nothing. It
We
was
got
just,
this.
wow.
We got this.
It's this side of the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've been vibing for years.
Right.
Rubbing it in,
Yeah.
Sophie.
Yep.
Yeah, vibes off
All right.
now.
We'll vibe, David.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
You guys only have to vibe once per year during the April Fool's Day adventures. Does anybody pick up the pouches?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. No.
Yeah.
No, as soon as the like people went away, Sorghum literally opens it up with
okay.
no shame and just starts like rifling through and counting the coins.
So there are quite a few coins in there. It looks like it's platinum.
Oh, wow.
So there's 25 platinum in there, and it doesn't weigh as if there's any coins in it.
I mean, you guys.
Red definitely takes one of the coins and just tries to like bend it in his mouth. Just
Red, do it for all of them. Just check them all.
Yeah.
Just while we're here, do it. Doesn't matter.
Does it taste like platinum?
Why is it silver? I've never seen one of these. Does anyone want mine?
Yes.
As far as you could tell, I mean, if you want to give me any perception.
I would like to assist as I bite another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can either roll separately or you can give advantage to.
Is this
I feel
food?
like we should actually roll separately.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
we're
fair.
twinning.
Yeah,
What,
both of us are just like
perception?
chomping down on these coins. It's like, is
At the same time, too, you both take one out and
Is this
do
real?
the exact same thing.
10 for red.
6 for yellow.
How much experience do you two have with platinum coins?
Barely any.
Okay.
I think we've seen a platinum at a distance once.
I will tell you, it does not taste like gold, silver, copper, or electrum.
So it must be platinum.
That's the only one you haven't licked.
Right.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
You said there were 4 pouches.
Yes.
Does each of them have
Each
25?
of them has 25. Yeah.
What?
that's what I'm saying. Respectability through cash.
So Sorghum, are we leaving tonight? Or do you think we should rest up and head out in the morning?
Aren't we leaving in like an hour?
Yeah.
2 hours.
Oh.
Well, that was 2 hours an hour ago.
1 hour.
Thanks, Bobby.
You're welcome.
The sooner that we move things forward, the sooner we can get paid. We can have another nice meal, maybe even. We could sleep on perhaps multiple real beds.
I like the sound of that.
So I think we just go for it and we try to get back before it's bedtime. Easy peasy.
Hey, Sorghum, should we get some potions? I don't know. I don't like the vibe of the mist.
No, that's fair. Scoot, are you here, my good man?
You hear before you see like a of like little wings flying into the room, landing on the table is a pseudo dragon.
Oh,
I don't know how many of you are familiar with them, but they look like little colorful
Familiar with them.
yeah.
Inspiration?
Inspiration.
Ah, yeah.
But they look like basically very tiny dragons. They've often been mistaken for like fairy dragons, which actually have more fairy-like wings. These actually look like actual
Mini dragons.
I'm going to use the term actual dragon wings, but you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And he kind of lands on the table and he's like, "Yeah,
hello. Pleased to meet your corporeal acquaintance?
yeah. How you doing?"
Just fine, thank you. We're excited to find your master.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited to get her back because quite frankly, it's a little boring around here without her.
Well, we were just discussing amongst ourselves. I mean, this, he checks his, he opens up his own little notepad of things that he wrote down. And he's like, this, domain of dread sounds very frightening, very dangerous, potentially.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's not the place you like to go vacation at.
Well, I mean, the four of us were just discussing, it could be, again, very, very potentially deadly, and we don't have any healing potions on us. Or would you know of any that might be available, knowing, of course, that any help you can offer us freely will help save your master?
What you are telling me is 4 upstanding citizens, such as yourselves, do not currently have any kind of potions that would be of the healing persuasion?
Correct.
The traveling pants have holes in their pocket. I have nothing.
I understand. Let me go see what we got in stock. Otherwise, I know there are some shops around. We can send some people out there. Now I'm talking like I own the place. I can make the request of the mistress of the house to send somebody to pick up some of these potions that you require.
Understood. Whatever help, and he looks deep into this dragon's eyes. Says, whatever help you or anyone can offer in returning your dear mistress, and he very casually looks down at his notebook, Althea, will be appreciated, and again, could be, well, the difference.
Let me go see what I can procure for you.
I'm just imagining as Scoot flies away, there's the clatter of a dish onto the ground, and we just hear, "Hey, I'm walking here."
It's kind of.
I am trying so hard to piece together who Scoot is in my brain.
The only thing the only other thing I was going to have it is Scoot pulls out a stogie.
Oh.
All right, now. So you hear Scoot kind of the wings kind of flitter off.
Just before we go downstairs, Sporgum leaves the estate, and you guys probably all know what he is doing, but echoing down the hallways of this grand manor, you hear hoof clops. And around the corner, you see a fully packed mule that he is leading into, I presume, a library or some other kind of stately thing.
A wizard's study.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys would know this, of course, to be Sassafras, the pack mule.
So, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. At the appointed time, you're taken to the basement of Madame Phelan's manor, where it is obvious a wizard has been spending quite a bit of time. On one wall is a large mirror, about 7 feet wide and 10 feet tall. In front of the mirror, etched into the stone floor, is some kind of arcane circle measuring about 10 feet in diameter. The rest of the room is made up of tables containing stacks of books. Scoot the pseudo-dragon is looking down from a perch atop the highest stack. So I was able to get some stuff for you. Some of this came out of my private stash, so you have to understand that I really want Althea back.
Of course.
All right. He kind of gestures to behind one of the other double stacks of books, and there are, looks like 6 potions. 4 of them look to be about the same color, tinted blue with these gold flecks that kind of sparkle and turn inside of it. And he points with one of his wings and says, "These here are potions of extra healing. Use them if needed. I would suggest sparingly. They are difficult to come by."
Of extra healing?
Regular healing, like the standard 2d4?
No,
No.
Of
extra
extra
healing.
healing.
extra.
All right.
So if you drink the full thing, it's 4d4 plus 4.
Greater, some would say.
Greater, yes. That I always get my terms
That's
mixed
right. I
up.
like
No,
that.
I thought this
yeah.
was part of the pun.
Oh, no.
I like extra healing.
I am doing the Charlie Day
very- yeah.
strings in
Yeah.
the corner, finding everything.
Potion of extra healing is very etrus, so
I
I'm
like
very
it,
here
yeah.
for it.
It's more healing than normal.
Right, yeah. Why would you want those regular healing potions? We got extra for you.
Yeah.
These other 2 will cure and or make you immune to poisons, toxins, and possibly the pain and suffering of others. I don't know.
We appreciate you.
Indeed, thank you. Oh, and of course, I should ask, your services as a familiar would be very useful in tracking down your master. Would you care to be a hero alongside us to rescue her from whatever cruel fates await her there?
Scoot kind of looks between you and Madame Phelan. It is very clear to you that Scoot wants to go with.
Come be part of the circus.
Be a hero.
I have been trying to convince her to let me go, but apparently the way this spell works, if Althea wants to try to get back, I'm her tie to here.
Understood.
Don't be a hero.
Be a hero at home.
This is what I am planning.
All right. Are we all ready?
During this conversation, can Yellow Leather have just like checked if that mirror is a door?
The mirror is a door?
Yeah, just like casually go to the mirror and just like pull it off the wall.
Oh,
and
sure.
see if it's like
See
a
if
door.
it's a secret passage.
Are you trying to do that sneakily or
No, mostly just like casually, like like not super trying to hide it, just being like standing next to the mirror and then
Okay.
Like, touch it.
With a casual thing like that, it is clear to you that it is fixed to the wall.
is it an actual mirror?
Oh, I mean, you see your reflection in it.
She touches the mirror.
Oh, yeah. Dink. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
all right.
And now there's a little like fingerprint on that.
Just checking.
Hope that doesn't fuck everything up. So
It's a giant mirror in a wizard's study.
planar
I
travel is
gotta.
very precise.
Gotta.
This smudge is gonna fuck everything.
I just cleaned that.
Yeah.
No. Madame Phelan gestures and says, I am wishing you the best and greatest of luck. I hope you're able to find my Althea and bring her back, and I hope she is fine. If you please, will you please enter the circle, and we can begin the ritual to send you to Ravenloft, the domain of dread.
It sounds worse every time you say it.
But we'll be back before you know it with your dear Althea.
Lickety split.
And then she says, all right, do you all enter the circle?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Is Sassafras going with you?
Oh, yes. Obviously.
It is a tight fit in the circle if that's the case, but
Oh.
he would still fit.
Red and yellow, they join hands
Yes.
over Sassafras and tumble up there to make more space.
So once
You're
again,
just like it's a pyramid
Yes.
on top of the. Oh, yeah.
So-
I was thinking
once again, we are a stacking podcast.
Yes.
Bobby just like readies his hands in a practice motion and like
Oh, it is like parkour flips to
Okay.
get to the pyramid, assisted by Bobby's muscles.
Yeah. Right.
Madame Phelan begins to chant and gesticulate wildly as the pseudo-dragon begins to croon. You see the glyphs around the circle you are standing in begin to glow as a mist begins to pour out of the mirror and into the circle. Then with a pulling sensation, you are flung into the mirror.
I knew it.
The white mist surrounds you and it makes it difficult to see. Then, out of the corners of your vision, you see additional colors of mist. Red and blue swirls coming in, pushing the white further away. Then, as the red and blue mist completely enshrouds your vision, you begin to hear music. Quietly at first, but getting louder and louder as if the people singing it are moving toward you.
My, in Ravenloft, Zarovich took over. Oh yes, and I have met my destiny in quite unusual ways. The history book on the shelf says Barovia cursed itself. Ravenloft can't ever escape and will all be lost. Ravenloft, knowing our fate to be written off. Ravenloft can't ever escape and will all be lost. Ravenloft.
listen to
What?
me sing freaking
Wow.
anything all the time.
Wow.
Jeez.
That was-
I was not
Absolutely
expecting
insane.
The
that.
sounds I made.
Yeah, that was
So-
incredible.
It sounds like
Yeah.
I knew we were recording and I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We can't
Oh,
use any
wow.
of the audio because you're all just sitting
Yeah.
just silently. Just
Right.
wait. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, just oh man.
So
Wow.
I was torn between, oh my God, this is amazing. And like, what ABBA
Yeah.
puns can I now make? How do I fit Waterloo into this?
Quick. All right. You're not red leather yellow. You are.
I'm
you're
Napoleon.
and you're the dancing queen.
Yeah.
Those are.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
point of inspiration
Yeah.
for knowing what song it was. So welcome everybody to Ravenloft, the musical Ex-Strahd-Vaganza,
Here. Now the session actually begins.
the curse of ABBA.
Title screen.
Yeah.
Now we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Now it's an April Fool's episode.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah, the domain of dread really had me worried. I was like, this is a weird vibe. No, this is the vibe. This is the vibe.
this is exactly what you wanted, but you didn't know you
Yes,
wanted.
Right.
absolutely.
Did Jay make the music?
Yes, I
Oh.
contacted Jay, and they were like, well, maybe I'll have B sing, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then Jay sent me the draft, the draft ones, and I swear to God, I listened to them like 60 times. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I need this song. I'm gonna have it on repeat
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm gonna
So-
listen to this right now.
I was like, oh my God, with the bells and the organ music, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like this is so much better than anything I had ever imagined.
This should be the new theme for Ravenloft.
Right.
Anytime anyone plays
Yeah.
Strahd,
It's
it's like,
like-
make sure you have this.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello again, everyone. It's me, DM Nathan, and welcome to the mid-roll. This is where we remind you to follow us on all the social medias, particularly on Twitter at reckless_attack, where we are posting memes and behind-the-scenes things and all the best types of promos and nonsense. And if you are enjoying and want to support what we're doing, please consider supporting us over on Patreon. It is one of the best ways to help us improve the show and let us do cool new things. If you're interested in repping Reckless Attack out in the real, actual meat space world, please head over to Redbubble and TeePublic, which you can find through our website, where we have all kinds of awesome merch, stickers, t-shirts, maybe towels, and I think maybe even like a shower curtain, all kinds of stuff, and we update it very frequently, usually with the neatest, coolest new designs and pieces of art that we've commissioned. It is also a great way to help spread the word about Reckless Attack and get cool frogs on more of your possessions, which isn't that what we all want? That's all from me, and now, back to the episode. All right.
All right, ready?
I mean, that was all going in the episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Finally, the mists part, and you can see a graveyard in the late evening starlight about 100 feet away from you on the side of the road. Beyond the graveyard, you can make out the lights of a large town. As you approach the graveyard, a figure slowly takes shape. A woman is kneeling beside a freshly filled grave. She then stands up and begins walking towards the road, and you can hear small sobs as she turns towards the town.
I feel like all four of us just like look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys still stacked on top of a mule.
Yeah.
We're used to traveling this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is just, that's actually how we store you.
I'm picturing you two like, is it A Bug's Life with the roly-poly bugs that were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the jets that were-
Absolutely,
yeah, okay.
100%.
Uh-huh.
And then we use Bobby. Since he's so strong, it's like a springboard.
Yeah.
We are moving.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, madam, you seem distraught?
This woman turns around and she looks a little startled, like obviously not expecting to see people here.
As she turns, we
Oh,
bow.
oh yes, I'm sorry. We just buried my husband the other day. I've been coming to his grave. That's all.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Indeed, your loss is great, but we hope you can move on.
not quite ready to move on yet, but thank you.
What we mean to say is, well, where exactly we have gotten turned around. First, where would you call the plane we find ourselves in?
I thought the song made it kind of obvious.
Did you hear a song a moment ago?
Well, I mean, not since I've been here.
We don't want to trouble you anymore. I'm sure you're going through a lot right now.
I mean, there's always music and singing here. I mean, some of it's not very happy. Most of it's not very happy.
Could you maybe point us to the nearest town or somewhere that we can find some shelter? We just got here, and it was a very entertaining but dangerous trip.
Oh, yes, of course. The nearest town, and she points down the road, and you can see the lights of a fairly large town, kind of a little bit away.
You didn't happen to see anyone else pop by here earlier, did you? You said you've been here for a few days.
Wizardly type, perhaps?
Yes, a few days ago. There was a woman that just appeared on the road. She, my memory from that day is a little off. We were burying my husband, and there was some kind of colors swirling, and then a woman was on the ground. She was like right about where you're standing.
We all look down at our feet.
And did this woman happen to say where she was going?
She didn't know where she was going. She asked me if I knew if anybody in the town could get her back to some place called Greyhawk. You know that's where you are from.
Do you happen to know if she is still in town?
I don't know that, but the only person I could think of, there is a local, I don't know what to call him, magician, warlock, wizard. I'm not entirely sure.
We are familiar with the type.
Anyway, I told her that she should talk to Bevan Julsura.
These all have to be anagrams for something. Like, we're gonna get to the end of the adventure, and it's gonna be like, haha, you like spelled out the mystery of the adventure and all these
kind of,
right? Can you point us to Bevan?
Yes, he has a tower that is on the other side of town. He's been kind of private lately. We used to see him in town all the time, but as of late, he's spent more and more time kind of locked in his tower. He sends various people into town for him to pick up supplies and come back, but nobody's actually seen him in several weeks.
Well, sounds like we need to go to town.
Yes, again, I'm so sorry for your loss, but
Thank you.
if you're looking to move on, like my partner here, Yellow, said, we are a traveling circus, and we'll be in town for a few days.
All right, let's get on over to the town, everyone. Ma'am, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're quite welcome. As you finish up your conversation with Sylvia, from out of the darkness, you can hear music being played. Suddenly, an emaciated hand grabs Sylvia's shoulder, and singing, as if from a musical interlude, suddenly erupts from the throat of the creature standing behind her.
Where are those happy days in my mind still so clear? I try to reach for you, but you recoil in fear. Whatever happened to our love? I wish I understood. It used to be so nice, it used to be so good. So when you're near me, darling, why you fear me? I'm undead. A word you turn me, nothing else could hurt me. I'm undead. When you're done, why can't I even try to run? When you're done, though I stay, you just say shamble on. When you're done, though I stay, you just say shamble on.
fuck yes.
It's
Yeah.
more. I'm imagining there's just more screaming, but this time it's of horror instead of us players screaming in excitement. Of what?
Without any warning, the creature shoves Sylvia to the ground and lunges at you. Roll for initiative.
Everyone, SOS! SOS!
If
Very
I
good.
die, do I get singing powers?
Ooh.
This dice only rolls 4s.
This dice. Thank you to Arcane Flora for my excellent dice rolling thus far. Check out Arcane Flora for all of your custom dice needs.
Don't trust random dice that showed up to your house and you don't remember where they came from.
Let's not. Those are dice that you don't remember ordering.
Right.
That is.
They are
different.
not on my Etsy transaction.
Someone just like ding dong ditched you and
Right.
just left a bag of dice at the door.
Yeah,
I guess there could have been worse things. Okay. Red leather.
Red with a 7.
7.
Yellow with a 7.
Hey!
Can we just make that a thing where you just between the two of you, you have advantage
Yes, great.
on all initiative
Yeah,
rolls, but you
perfect.
have to take the same one?
Yes.
Sorghum.
21.
21. All right. And then Bobby.
Bobby, the Carpenter Johnson, with a 3.
3. Okay.
He's fucking. Ugh.
I have a +3.
I'm trying to make this a respectable fucking outfit, and no one rolls above a 3.
This thing lunges at you, attacking yellow first.
No. I dodge.
Don't worry. This shouldn't be too bad.
Great news.
Oh,
I
wow.
can
It's
dodge.
got a lot of stuff. Okay. Sorry. Should have looked at
What's
this earlier.
it, legendary resistance?
You notice that Sylvia seems to be not moving, but not moving not in a dead way, but not moving as in kind of a paralyzed way.
So bad if it touches you.
Mamma mia. We're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Here we go again. Inspiration. Nice.
Nice. Okay, so
You guys can't
yellow.
give each other inspiration. It's doing weird twin shit. That's
What do you
not
mean?
allowed.
That's exactly why we're here now.
Look, you're young and sweet, but you're only 17.
Speaking of 17, does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I summoned that, and that's on me. That's my bad.
9 points of damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
For 4 points of damage.
And that is bludgeoning, if that matters.
I
to
don't
you right
think
now.
that matters.
Okay.
If it does, I don't know about it.
That brings up Sorghum.
Sorghum, it's still like, whoa, 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 and from his belt draws a whip that is like a lion tamer's whip and tries to lash out at this incorporeal, is it hand?
It is it is a hand, but it is attached to a creature. You actually
there
see
is
you
attached
see
to a
a creature there. Yes.
It's like whips it out towards this creature. So I was gonna do this. So he whips it back and then very ungainly swirls it around him, just kind of flailing. He's not proficient in whips.
Oh no.
But
Ooh.
he rolled a 17 on the die.
Oh,
So that's a 20 total.
that's a 20.
I was gonna do it as a joke, and then he rolled a 20.
That'll hit.
Arcane Flora for all of your dumbass dice rolling needs. And that's 6 points of damage of bludgeoning in case it matters. And he looks down at the whip and is like, why did I do that? And then just drops it on the ground. And he looks kind of stealing himself over at this creature that is, kind of bearing down on us. And he is going to use Bardic Inspiration. Because he is indeed a bard. But I am a bard. I don't remember what type of bard I am. I'm the type of bard that has unsettling words. He yells out, like the sunrise in the morning, life is dawning. Move on. It has to subtract 4 from its next saving throw that it makes until the
4
start of
from
my
the
next
next saving throw. That brings us to yellow leather.
Really? Okay.
So there
monster.
was quite a jump. It went 22, 21, 7.
Fair. So, yellow is not liking their proximity to this creature.
So they will disengage
Okay.
and move away. While, what's your attacks like? Are we similar? Are you weapons?
I'm melee, yeah, so
Are you
Okay.
weapons?
Are you weapons? As they run away, they will pull out. I can hold an action, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I will hold my attack until Red Leather engages with the creature
Okay.
for reasons.
Sophie,
Well-
remembering how to play a martial character.
yeah.
How does this work again after playing 16 months of casters?
I want to do sneak attack, and I need someone else.
I get you. No, I got. We got you.
Okay.
We know what we're doing.
Well, as it happens,
And-
it is Red Leather's turn.
And with this sort of practiced efficiency, Red just kind of somersaults into the position that Yellow vacated, trying to get between this undead creature and Sylvia, the now paralyzed widow, I can only presume. He pulls out, as he's spinning, this sort of longish baton used for some of the acrobatic tricks. And with a bonus action, you just see both ends of the baton light up with this one side purple, one side blue flame. What is it?
It's just normal Jonathan voice.
Get away from her.
I love the idea that you, Jonathan, cannot role play without doing Checker's voice. Like, it's just broken. You're a broken player.
I just do it all.
Jonathan
and
needs
I'm
to switch
sorry.
places
Right,
in
yeah.
the room.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the
get away from her.
the perspective helps of being different. Yeah.
With one strike, Red lashes out. 20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
9 points of damage, and as Red connects with the purple side, this creature starts sort of glowing with this light purple flame. And with a second attack, the blue side comes in. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Another 9 points of damage as the purple and blue flames begin to kind of shimmer around this undead creature. This creature is now under the effects of both dreadful strikes and favored foe.
Holy shit.
Wow. You will have to let me know
Yeah.
what that entails.
I just do bonus damage. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Anything else?
That's how Sylvia's still looking paralyzed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And spoilers, probably for at least a minute.
Okay. And Red's going to try and interpose himself between this undead creature and Sylvia.
Okay. That brings us to Bobby. Oh,
My held action.
your held action. Yes.
Or when
is
Red
true.
was up at its business, I shoot my short bow.
All right.
I think that's a natural 20.
Hey!
wow.
Arcane Flora. All of your dice rolling needs.
Yeah, that's a natural 20.
Sure,
What are
sure.
the other dice? Give me that.
Wait until Steve runs the adventure. Then
Yeah.
it's all nat 20s.
Yeah.
I literally,
You literally rolled
before,
a nat 22.
right before this roll, I made Nathan give me the Arcane Flora die because I was already done with the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so my short bow does 1d6, but my sneak attack, I roll 3d6.
Yep.
So I roll 8d6.
Yep.
Yes. Plus whatever the static bonus is, then.
It's just a +3.
Okay. Just a +3.
Just
okay.
a +3.
So 8d6 +3.
A fireball.
We are literally all using the same dice, so I cannot use everyone's dice. Hold on. I got it. Oh my god, there's two
That's a lot of
sixes.
sixes. All right.
Exploding dice, obviously, right?
Yeah. 35. 38 damage.
38's the total.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
with the +3.
I love that Red has just gone up and dash, distract, feint, hurt this thing, and then Yellow just comes up with a short bow.
Yeah, just fucking
head.
right to the temple.
All right. That, like, right in the heart that if was still beating would probably have taken this creature down. But that
Yellow,
was
so stupid. It's dead.
That-
Heart, not the place to target.
that was a significant amount of damage to this creature that was pretty beefy on hit points, but not anymore. Okay, and now we have Bobby's turn.
So Bobby, as this has been happening, the two acrobats have been going up against this thing in melee, Bobby has found like a nearby fence or something to climb on top of, and is now just like full on arms raised, staring this thing down, and he's going to jump onto this creature and just yell, "Singing zombie must die!" All of his attacks are going to be wild haymakers, and he is going to punch as hard as he can.
And you're playing a pugilist.
I am.
So what does that
All
mean?
my attacks are at disadvantage, but if any of them hit, they do maximum damage.
Oh, no die roll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Flail away.
17,
17 will hit.
15.
15 will hit.
I will use a bonus action to make 2 more attacks.
Okay.
16,
16 will hit.
12.
12 just misses.
Okay. So Bobby just like full on lands on this thing and just starts like punching it in its side.
Almost imagining the speed bag.
Yeah. He is going to do 33 points of damage.
Nice.
Just like big arm flailing,
Yeah.
just like trying to punch this thing.
Wow.
Just like his eyes are basically closed, and he's just like, "Get away, singing zombie! Get out of here!"
I hit it with a whip. Kind of on accident.
It's dead, and I helped. Wow. Okay, that was quite the round. But we're back at the top. We have a Red and a Bobby. 1 to 3, it will attack Red. 4 to 6, it will attack Bobby.
Bobby
6. Bobby the Carpenter?
Yeah,
Bobby the Carpenter Johnson.
Yeah. Duh, Steve.
All right,
It's like
yeah,
you weren't
yeah.
even paying attention. When David yelled it the first
Look,
time.
I'm the DM. I don't have to pay attention.
That's fine.
All right,
I haven't
so,
found any place to make like good carpentry puns yet, but they're coming.
They're
well, you got
Yeah.
to build towards
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Damn.
So this creature is going to, having just been pummeled by you, it is going to turn around and try to pummel you twice. A 20. Does a 20 hit you? I'm assuming
20
it
does hit.
Okay, and then the other one is a 23. So you get hit twice. 10 points of damage from the first hit.
Yep.
Ow.
And, oh, wow. 12 points of damage from the second hit.
Oh
Ow.
no.
Bobby the Carpenter Johnson is not doing very well.
Sorghum yells out, "Bobby, how are you feeling?"
It hurts, boss.
Like how hurts? We just got here's the thing, and I don't want to overuse my spell slots. You understand, of course.
Those are money making spell slots.
Right.
You gotta work for it.
Sorghum is going to just all right, just the one, and he will cast Healing Word. Get back at him, champ! And
You just throw a towel
Yeah,
at him.
right.
Exactly. All right.
gonna
Arcane
have to
Flora,
cut me.
It's a great D20. It's a great everything that is not a D4 because you have been healed for 5 points of damage.
Hey, that's 5 you didn't have
Yeah,
previously.
a cold towel. I'm feeling good.
And Sorghum would like for this creature to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
That is a 14.
Sorghum gathers all of the pomp and circumstance that he's able, which is a fair amount, and he says, "Good sir, please, you're making an absolute fool of yourself." As he casts Vicious Mockery, and it takes damage.
Ah.
That's a bad roll. Well, Arcane Flora, the run was nice. On 2d4, 2 points of damage.
And what type of damage is it?
Psychic damage,
It is
right?
psychic, so it doesn't take all of that. I'm sorry.
Minimum 1 point of damage. That's my turn. I keep, other than continuing to slowly back up while raveling up his whip back again.
Sorghum, knowing me. No, wait. Yeah, shoot. That doesn't work. Knowing me and knowing you, we got this. No? Okay.
I got it.
Thank
I
you.
got the Ibapon.
Thank you.
You're still limited to only 1 point of inspiration at a time.
Okay, well, I need to play Nathan's game where I get to stack them. I was working on that, and I don't know what I want to do with my turn.
Probably just shoot it, right?
Yeah. I do have 2 weapon fighting.
I don't think that works with a short bow, though.
I know. I just like to say I have it because I don't.
So I just think it's neat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I shoot it.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
12 points of damage. What do I do with the bonus?
Not that it was looking so hot before,
Go
but
hide?
it's really not looking so
Yeah,
hot now.
I hide behind Sassafras.
Okay.
I'm imagining with your expert acrobatic and contortionist skills, you're like
I just
on
hop
the
on.
side.
Yeah, I just like, so no one can see my legs, just like hop on and hang on one side so that it looks like I'm just a package.
There's no more,
I'm a yellow package.
there's
on
no
the
more
side of the
yellow. There are now
donkey.
2 barrels attached to the donkey.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and that is my turn.
Okay,
Close.
that brings us to red.
All right, Bobby. We'll just take this whittle by whittle.
Ooh. Yes.
And 2 baton strikes go flying towards the undead creature. Crit.
Hey!
Okay.
Arcane Flora!
Maximum damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Which is?
I roll. So let me tell you a story.
Let me paint you a picture.
There were 3 dice that I had to roll for damage. I rolled maximum on every single one
Wow.
for 20 points of damage on 1 strike.
Arcane Flora.
14 to hit on the second one.
14 will hit.
Another 14 points of damage as the blue side of the baton smacks this undead right where its stomach would be, pushing it right into Bobby.
The ghoul is pushed right into Bobby's waiting arms, where he just like big old bear hugs it, making sure that it couldn't escape, even if it wanted to. I am going to make a grapple check.
I believe that is contested by either athletics or acrobatics.
Yes.
Okay. Total of 17.
Bobby has a 20.
Wow.
Bobby the Carpenter Johnson.
And with another
With a vice-like grip.
and with his other bonus action, he is going to spend another point of moxie from the pugilist class, and is just like punching this thing in the kidney as he is just holding him in place.
For an undead creature, we make a lot of organ references that don't
Yes.
exist.
Well, they might have organs.
Oh,
It's just
fair.
whether they're functional or
Right.
like
Oh, good
doing
point.
biological
Good point.
processes.
Once again, swinging wild haymakers. 16, 12.
The 12 misses, the 16 hits.
So he just makes one punch against this thing for 12 points of damage.
Bobby, you feel the whole thing go limp in your grapple. It kind of crumples down underneath your grasp.
He holds it tightly, expecting it to thrash or something, and then when it just like falls limp, it's like, what?
You just shake it around a little bit.
That's not very sportsmanlike of you. And Bobby is just like tapping his shoulder up to 10.
Sorghum like looks at everyone and then like goes over. Is the woman, is she still paralyzed?
She is currently still paralyzed, yes.
He like looks over and kind of like nudges her with his toe and then flips her over gently and like props her up, and it says, "Ma'am, do you know this ghoul? We'll wait for an answer."
It takes another 30 seconds or so, and then she starts to move, and she's just like, "Lorenzo, no! Oh, what happened? Ah, Lorenzo!" And she's looking at this creature that you're holding.
Could have sworn he'd be named Fernando.
Do you know this skeleton, ma'am?
That's my Lorenzo.
You married a skeleton?
We were when we married, he wasn't a skeleton.
So what's happened in the past few days?
I mean, I don't know. We've always had issues with creatures occasionally coming back. It's just it seems to be this land, but they've been coming back with more regularity. Sometimes we're able to, burying them just keeps them that they're not able to get out, but some of them are stronger than others.
Well, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go. You'll be dancing once again, and the pain will end, and you will have no time for grieving. And he says, just kind of like flicking her chin.
What Sorghum means to say is, it's dangerous around here to be by yourself. Why don't you come back to town with us, and we'll make sure everything is all right.
Yes, that seems like a good idea. Thank you. Sorry, I'm still in a little bit of shock. So the 5 of you make your way back to town without much incident, and you are greeted by the warm night lights of the city in Ravenloft. And we'll pick up there next time. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Hey!
This one goes out to all the zombies and thralls out there. My in Ravenloft, Zerovich took over. Oh yes, and I have met my destiny in quite unusual ways. The history book on the shelf says Barovia cursed itself.